This is 1 8-minute rounds. In the event of a tie, we will go to extra time. Here we go. Your first fighter out of the blue corner, making their way to the ring. Please welcome Colter, the Colter Grice.
Dylan, you may not believe this, but I scour the internet looking for commentary about different art forms, and I happened to come across one with you and one Mr. Trevor. And you don't like combat jiu-jitsu as much.
I mean, I think it's just silly, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I understand that it's, it is jiu-jitsu with a little bit extra, but something about it radiates silliness to me.
Okay.
And
I didn't come across it. I follow you on YouTube, so that's how it came
His
up my feed. But I listened
the
to
red
it.
corner, welcome to the cage, Justin Lawrence.
Yeah, that's the 10-8 Fightcast Seth is talking about, available on all platforms where podcasts are available.
There are mixed reviews about combat jiu-jitsu.
I mean, it's certainly one of those things where it's probably just going to be more of a jiu-jitsu match most of the time. And then in that moment where the slap gets introduced, it's like everyone gets reminded, oh, wait, you can slap in this. I forgot.
And look, they should just do what the kids just did a minute ago. But like this, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, adult rules for USFL, yeah.
That would be awesome.
That's how Olympic MMA would be.
All right, here we go, guys. Out of Atlantic MMA, it is Colter, the Colter Grice against out of Boss Grappling, Justin Lawrence. 1 8-minute round. Let's get it.
One
combat jiu-jitsu.
8-minute round. Somebody's going to be feeling like Will, and somebody's going to be feeling like Chris by the end of this one.
Oh my goodness. Too soon?
I don't think so. Nobody died. I'm going for it.
Here we go.
And remember, the slaps cannot come on the feet. You got to be on the ground to slap.
And that's why I said it'd be a little bit better if just made it what the kids just did.
Right, yeah. Just throw some leg kicks in there too. Why not? And sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, you come out, you sign up for a combat jiu-jitsu match, and then you want to wrestle the whole time, Looks like this is going to get to the ground. Now immediately looking for the leg lock is Justin Lawrence. Playing the guard here. Grice in the 3/4 now, dealing with that knee shield. It's a good way to deal with the knee shield. You just kind of beat their head, like beat your shoulder, upper body to their head. As long as that knee shield's kind of behind you, it's in the rearview mirror, it's not going to be able to do too much. He's got to really shrimp away to reintroduce that knee and make it problematic again.
Now, who's sanctioning these rules? Is that Fight for It's rules?
I don't think you need to have this be sanctioned. I'm not sure. I don't think you need a sanctioning body to have combat jiu-jitsu, which is one of the reasons why they're suddenly popping up everywhere, like combat jiu-jitsu shows.
And so my point would be, like, instead of a slap to the body, we should go with a fist to the body.
Yeah, well, yeah. Why not? I mean, why not just throw some gloves on too? Like, let's just fight MMA. That's one of the reasons why I think it exudes a certain silliness. Is it's like at a certain point, it's just like, what's the goal? What's the actual goal here? And I think that, a lot of people would say, well, combat jiu-jitsu's, it's entertaining. And I'm like, is it? Is it really? Are you entertained by this?
And I'm not sure if they're training in a cage to use the cage the way...
well, I know they do at Elevate because I'm there, and I see them doing it in a cage. But, not every gym's lucky enough to have a cage.
Because what I'm seeing here is an obvious neglect
of the cage at all. Right, yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, Colter, this isn't his first rodeo in the combat jiu-jitsu world. We saw him fight jiu-jitsu for Fight For It, combat jiu-jitsu before with Alex Pokey, and he's been in here before, but it's all about how you train, right? It's not about how you show up on fight night. It's weird, like, there's no rule that says you have to whisper, but when jiu-jitsu's happening, everybody instinctually whispers instead of just talking. Like, you couldn't get these people to shut up like an hour ago, and now there's suddenly a golf crowd.
Yeah, we have a mount. And the cage takes away some of your game. Like, I'm not sure what the skill sets that each guy is, but, you know, where they favor. But, like, if you like to spin into things, the cage takes some of that away depending on what side you favor.
It really negates the guard. Like, if you're in your guard, like playing your guard, and your head is like back towards the fence, you can't really do anything. All you can do is like try to push them away with your legs, because you can't shrimp, you can't wall walk and maintain your guard. You have to give that up to try to go to wall walk, which is why so many guys in high-level MMA are like threatening the wall walk by going to three-quarter mount or leg locking or leg lacing, Dagestan style, you know?
Right.
But I'm not seeing anything. Oh, okay, freestyling it a little bit here.
Trying to wall walk.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen against a guy who's got really good base, and it looks like Grice has got a pretty good base on him. And this would be a great time for me to order some corn dogs, but I don't believe anybody's going to bring me any, so I'll just keep saying that I'm hungry into the mic until someone shows up with food. That's usually how it works.
Look at our two brown belts down there on the end. They're so enthralled in what's going on.
Well, that's not even Leslie that's enthralled.
Oh, really?
No, I took a second look and I was like, wait, no, that's not Leslie. But yeah, Jonathan definitely. I think Jonathan's coaching sort of too, because I know this is his guy. He's about to smack the crap out of him.
Yeah. His posture's starting to break down now.
It's tough, right? It's tough. Like, if I'm, my strategy in this situation would be go to mounted triangle and just start slapping him. So but I think that a lot of people still have like a submission-based mindset.
So what belts are both of these guys?
I would say that they're probably blue. I know that Roland Mazel was the original opponent for Grice, and he's a blue belt. So I would assume Grice is either a blue belt or maybe a newer purple belt.
Right.
And I'm not familiar with Lawrence. He kind of came in, I think, literally on 24 hours notice. Yeah, or tonight's notice. Like, you got your gear? He's like, I always have my gear.
Yeah. Starting to panic a little bit.
That's a great way to get a guy to use all of his energy.
Right.
Even if you're not going to KO him with smacks, getting him to just sprawl around and throw around like that, it's going to drain him.
Now, are there any, rules about using the palm of the hand versus the heel of the hand?
It's the ref's discretion.
Okay.
It's the ref's. You're not supposed to just straight up palm strike.
Boss rooting the guy.
But, I've seen guys do it, and the ref's like blank faced, and I've seen guys do it, and the refs be like, that's a warning. It's kind of like rabbit punches in boxing, where it's like it depends on who your official is, whether or not you can get over.
That might be what they're just talking about now.
Yeah. Or like, taking a kickboxing match where Dale Fry's the referee. You're gonna have a lot of clinch work in a kickboxing match where Dale Fry's reffing, You can't really prepare for that till you're here and you get the assignment.
Right.
And Grice still working this mount. No fight timer here, but I assume that we're 5 minutes in, hopefully, or later.
Okay, so this is where the body punch will come in, where you slap to the head, back to the body, mix things up, create different reactions.
He can't really reach the body because of the thighs. I guess he could try to smack behind him, but I feel like if you don't have your hands to post, you can get swept. So I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting because it's like you're doing jiu-jitsu, but there's that idea that strikes are there, but a lot of guys don't go for strikes. There we go. Submission for Colter, the Colter Grice in CJJ. A total of 3 slaps landed in that one.
He set that up pretty good, though.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, if we're going to have jiu-jitsu plus blank, I'm going to be counting plus blank. I want to know how much is actually being used.
Yeah. And then we got to give Mr. Lawrence some credit coming in.
Stepping in on mega short notice.
Yeah.
Mega short notice.
He's probably sitting around enjoying the show, and next thing you know, he's in the show.
Might even had a beer or two. Sometimes they don't get you till later in the night.
So we got to give him credit for that. What weight class you think these guys are in? These are not little tomatoes.
Your winner after stoppage, 653. Your winner out of the blue corner, Colter Grice out of Atlantic MMA. All right, a nice round of applause for Justin Lawrence. He took this fight on less than a 24-hour notice. Good job, Justin. All right, here we go.